The system of settlement of disputes through arbitration is becoming popular, particularly after the enactment of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. It contains provisions for resolution of disputes by way of arbitration and conciliation. The Act of 1996 is unique in its nature as it contains comprehensive provisions on various issues relating to domestic arbitration, conciliation, international commercial arbitration, etc. The main objectives of making this legislation are to make comprehensive procedure for arbitral process of that, providing the arbitral tribunals give reasons for their award, to ensure that the arbitral tribunals remain within their limits of jurisdiction, and to minimize the supervisory role of courts in arbitration. The working of the Act is laudable, and almost every contract on any issue is having arbitration clause, and the parties are feeling ease and comfort because of vast powers given to the parties and arbitrators without much intervention by the court. However, certain are there in the Act 1996. One of such defects is that the Act 1996 does not contain the provision for removal of biased arbitrators. Another anomaly is that it gives unfettered powers to the arbitrators to make the award without any time limit. Resolution of disputes through arbitration is better than through litigation. Arbitration is one of various legally recognized ways of resolution of disputes between two or more parties. Arbitration is also one of the various alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation and conciliation. The arbitrators are chosen by the parties, and the decision made by the arbitrators is binding on the parties. Unlike the settlement of disputes through the help of the court, in which long delay and huge expenses are involved, in the case of arbitration, the outcome of the process is to a large extent in the hands of the parties. The time, place, procedure, and jurisdiction of the arbitrators are decided by the parties. For a dispute to be referred to an arbitration tribunal, the prime requirement is that there should be an arbitration agreement between the parties. The arbitration agreement can be either part of the main contract or a separate contract in other document. Under Section 28 of the Indian Contracts Act 1872, agreements in restraint of legal proceedings are void. However, an exemption has been carved out in the same section that a contract will not become illegal whereby two or more persons agree that any dispute which may arise between them in respect of any subject shall be referred to arbitration. Moreover, with the amendment of Code of Civil Procedure in 1996, the role arbitration and other ADR methods has become more popular. In accordance with Section 89 of the Code, if the court finds that there are possible elements of settlement, it will be refer the matter to the parties to formulate terms of settlement and submit the same to the court. After receiving the formulation of terms of settlement, the court will refer the matter to arbitration, conciliation, or judicial settlement as the case may be. One of the main objectives of enactment on arbitration and conciliation is to minimize the supervisory role of the courts in arbitral process. The statement of objects and reasons emphasized the objective of minimization of the interference of the courts in arbitration process. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the interference of the courts is very limited in matters relating to arbitration except in specified circumstances. Courts do not come in the way of arbitration matters at all from the commencement of arbitration proceedings till the arbitral award is made. Section 5 of the Act provides for the extent of judicial intervention, which says that notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force in matters governed by this part, no judicial authority shall intervene except where so provided in this part. The words used are judicial authority, which is a wider term than the word court. Therefore, the judicial intervention has been restricted and minimized. The judicial authority's intervention under the Act is limited to the purposes as prescribed by the Act itself. Power to refer parties to arbitration where there is an arbitration agreement rests with the judicial authority, which is a wider term and includes court. This is one of the important provisions since it encourages parties to go in for arbitration instead of resorting to settle the matters through courts. If any of the parties to the arbitration agreement approaches the court without referring its matter to the arbitrator in spite of the existence of arbitration agreement, the other party can make an application to the court and the court can pass order to refer the parties to arbitration. The party making application has to submit the same before submitting his first statement on the substance of the dispute along with the original arbitration agreement filing, which a duly certified copy thereof.